In a dense green forest, on the branch of an old tree, there lived a tiny sparrow. She had built a small nest with dry twigs, soft grass, and feathers she had collected. This little nest was her home, a world. The sparrow lived alone, but she was content with her simple life. One bright morning, a crow happened to pass by the tree. As he flew near, he noticed the sparrow's neat little nest. Curious, he perched close to it. With a friendly voice, the crow greeted the sparrow and asked about her well-being. He spoke with sweet, affectionate words. The sparrow, who was usually lonely, felt very happy. It seemed to her that after a long time, someone had come who cared for her. From that day onward, the crow and the sparrow began to meet every day. They talked for hours, shared their feelings, and often spent time together looking for food. Slowly, the sparrow started to believe that the crow was her true friend. One afternoon, while flying in search of food, both the sparrow and the crow reached a nearby village. In the courtyard of a house, red chilies were spread out on a mat to dry in the sun. The fiery red color caught the crow's eye at once. Near the mat, he also noticed hundreds of red ants crawling busily. Pointing towards the chilies, the crow said, "Look, how many bright red chilies there are. Let us play a little game. Let us see who among us can eat the most chilies." The sparrow hesitated for a moment. It sounded strange, but she thought it might be harmless fun. The crow added a condition. Whoever wins will have the right to eat the other one. The sparrow felt a little uneasy at this condition, but she assumed the crow was joking, so she agreed. The contest began. Both the sparrow and the crow started pecking at the chilies. The sparrow, being honest by nature, ate the chilies sincerely. The sharpness burned her tiny throat, but she continued. The crow, however, was cunning. He pretended to eat, but slyly hid most of the chilies under the mat when the sparrow wasn't looking. By this trick, he made it seem as though he had eaten far more. Finally, the crow shouted proudly, "See, I have won. I have eaten the most chilies. Now you belong to me." The sparrow was shocked. She had believed the crow was her friend, but now she realized his true colors. The crow had tricked her, and worse, he now intended to harm her. His eyes gleamed with hunger. The sparrow, though small, was clever. Controlling her fear, she said softly, "Very well, you may eat me, but before that, you must first wash your beak. Who knows what filth you may have eaten? Your beak is so dirty. If you truly wish to eat me, clean yourself properly first." Blinded by greed, the crow agreed. He flew to the river and asked for water to wash his beak, but the river said, "I will not give you water unless you bring me a pot." So the crow flew to the potter and begged him to make a clay pot. The potter replied, "I can make you a pot, but I have no clay right now. Bring me soil and I will prepare it." The crow then flew to the fields and began to dig the earth with his beak. But Mother Earth stopped him and said, "Wait, greedy crow. The whole world knows you feed on garbage and filth. How dare you spoil my soil with your foul beak? If you want my soil, first bring me a hoe." So once again the crow flew, this time to the blacksmith. "Please make me a hoe," he begged. The blacksmith said, "I will make you a hoe, but my furnace is cold. I need fire. Bring me fire first." Desperate, the crow went to a farmer's house. In the courtyard, the farmer's wife was cooking food on a clay stove. The crow asked her for fire. She carelessly handed him a burning stick. The greedy crow held it in his beak, but the flames leapt up. His feathers caught fire, and within moments, the crow was burning. He flapped his wings wildly, but it was too late. His greed and trickery had led him to his own destruction. Soon the crow was nothing but ashes. The sparrow, safe in her nest, realized the truth of life. A friend who cheats can never be trusted. Nature itself does not support the dishonest. Just like the crow, those who walk the path of greed and deceit eventually burn in the fire of their own actions. The crow believed that by tricking the sparrow, he had won, but his greed and deceit brought about his own destruction. This teaches us that dishonesty may seem to work for a while, but ultimately it destroys trust, friendship, and even life itself. Just as nature refused to help the greedy crow, the world also turns away from those who choose lies over truth. Real wisdom lies in remaining honest and patient. Because honesty may test us for a time, but it always protects us in the end.